Hello, friends. Happiness is predictable. If I told you that there was a happiness formula, would you believe me? There are three blessings that you are ignoring that will directly lead you to your happiness. Sounds too good to be true? It is simple, yet not easy. My name is Miss Carol. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. And I wanted to focus on happiness in this video because it is kind of this ambiguous thing that a lot of us strive towards, but we really don't understand it fully. And there are a lot of things that get in the way of our happiness, unfortunately. We put people and situations and circumstances before ourselves and then wonder why we are not happy. So, a happiness formula. What is it? Two things. Our perceptions have to be equal to or greater than our expectations. So, what does this mean? And what are the problems that get in the way? Well, the first problem is that we have our mind in the past. We are focused on what we could have said, what we should have said, how we could have behaved, what we didn't do. All of this focus on the past keeps us from the present, keeps us from perceiving the present. Our perception is subjective. It is all we have, what we hear, what we see, what we smell, what we touch. These are the things that bring us into the present moment. But when we are in the past metaphorically or literally, well, we can't literally be in the past, not literally. But when our minds are in the past, it is impossible for us to be in the present. The past is gone. The past is gone. It may as well be a hallucination because there is nothing that you can do about the past. And I've said it before in a previous video that the past and the future, honestly, are just a collection of present moments. That's all they are. Keep your mind focused, keep your perceptions focused here in the present moment. Use them to anchor you to the present moment. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you taste? What do you smell? The second thing that keeps us from our happiness is that we were not demonstrated. It was not demonstrated for us. One of the things that people love to tell children is do as I say, not as I do. But kids don't learn that way, and adults damn sure don't learn that way. We need demonstration. We need a goal. We need something to look to in order to guide us to get to the place that we are attempting to go. But if you think about it, how many people are actually out there demonstrating happiness? How many people do you interact with on a regular basis that you can say are genuinely happy? I'll wait. A lot of us are just kind of meandering through life. We're just going from one thing to the next, and we're wondering why this abundance is not falling upon us. Is because we have to cultivate it. Just like anything, it is a practice. Just like everything, it is a practice. The third thing, and this is pretty controversial right now, is our authenticity. And this is a problem because too many of us are trying to be authentic without being genuine. And those are not the same thing. Your authenticity might be appropriate in one avenue and completely inappropriate in another. So just because you have a thought or a feeling does not mean you need to verbalize it, does not mean you need to express it. Keep it to yourself. You can be genuine without being authentic. Authenticity is a wonderful, wonderful thing because it leads you to whom you are. But, being genuine, and this is the first blessing, is about appreciating the sacredness that we have. And what is that? That's grace. That is the inherent universal power of all of us. That is our universal humanity, our grace. Treat it with respect. Treat it with reverence. Not everybody needs to know every detail, every thought, every feeling that's going on in your reality. Not everybody should be privy to that. Keep things to yourself. Be genuine. Keep your authenticity at home. The second blessing is stamina. Oh, stamina, okay? You are going to need mental, emotional, spiritual, physical stamina to be able to cultivate this genuine happiness, to be able to use your perceptions in a positive way, because you can perceive anything. You can use your senses to perceive anything. I love one of my favorite quotes from Albert Einstein is, the most important decision we will ever make is whether we believe we live in a hostile or friendly universe. If you believe, or when you believe, that the universe is hostile, guess what? You're going to look for the hostility. When you believe that the universe is friendly, what are you going to look for? You're going to look for the friendliness. It's all about your perception. I grew up in a divorced household, and my perception of that experience is going to be different from my two older brothers. They're boys, I'm a girl. My brother was the oldest. I'm third oldest, second youngest. You know, we were at different ages. You know, our experiences were different in schools. Our perceptions are going to be different. Stop looking to compare how you perceive something as opposed to someone else, because it is going to be different. So, stamina, grace. The last thing is acceptance. You know, and I probably will write this down. You cannot have acceptance. You cannot have true acceptance if and when you are attempting to control. Those two things do not go together. Acceptance calms your emotional activity. For example, you are just in a car accident. And as opposed to being able to perceive the situation as it is, as opposed to whatever mental landscape you want to put on it, accept it. This has just happened. This girl broke up with me. I just got fired, or I can't find my keys. Whatever the thing is, accept it. You cannot control. Control is an illusion. When you are attempting to control something, that means you are living out of acceptance. You know, we have no reason to believe that our future will not be better than our past. We have no reason to believe that the things that we have not seen or perceived will not be better than the things that we have already perceived. We use so many demonstrations that are counterintuitive to our very nature to validate this negativity that we just spew into the world. Why? Because we expect, for some reason, that our reality is supposed to be better than somebody else's reality. We're not supposed to get into a car accident. We're not supposed to be broken up with. We're not supposed to lose our job. Well, you know, everybody is dealing with life right now. Everybody. And the quicker you can get to acceptance, the faster you can move on to whatever the situation is calling forth from you. You know, my birthday is in January. And so since I was in my 20s, I have this thing where, you know, people will set, New Year's resolutions. But since my birthday is in January, it's given me a wonderful opportunity to set some goals for the coming year, because my birthday just so happens to be in January. So maybe 5, 6 years ago, I set a very specific intention for me to remove judgment and expectation as much from my reality as I possibly could. And it didn't go great, and I'm still working on it to this day. But your expectations have to be less than your perceptions. You know, when you perceive something and you're not so quick to label it, you can just stand back in the magnificence of it. Just stand back in the magnificence of all the abundance that is around you. But when when your expectations are up here, there is nowhere to go but down. Attempt to keep your expectations at a neutral zone. No good, no bad, just living life, just here, not expecting things to go great, but prepared, not expecting things to go bad, but prepared. These things are simple, but they are not easy because we have not had too many demonstrations of them. We need physical demonstrations. This is a happiness formula right here. Your perceptions have to be greater than or equal to your expectations at the very least. Because that way you're always surprised. You are always surprised by the people that you are meeting. You are always surprised by the food that you are tasting. You are always surprised when somebody says something that's a little off key and maybe it makes you laugh, you know? Be open to the wonder of what your focus will bring to you. Stop trying to get something and just allow things to happen. Let go of control. You will never be happy when you are attempting to control. It is impossible. There are only few things that we actually have control over. The food that we put in our bodies, the stimulus that we attempt to take in, the music we listen to. You know, we really don't have a whole lot of control over anything. So the things that we do have control over, give those your devoted attention. Give those your conviction. If you're struggling with this, watch this series that I curated about cultivating true confidence. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up. I appreciate the work that you're doing in the world. It is necessary. You are here. You are worthy. You are valued. We need you. I need you. Thank you for showing up. Again, my name is Miss Carol. Be well, my friends.